So despite the fact that it's legit raining and thundering like crazy where I'm at, it was definitely hot and heavy in London and Wembley Stadium. Tonight or this afternoon really was AEW All In Wembley Stadium, labeled as the biggest wrestling event in professional wrestling history. And honestly, this was a good show. I'm not. There's no sugarcoating around it. There's no bushing around the bush. I thought overall, this was a good show. I don't talk about the pre-show. I don't really talk about the 0 hour, but I will talk about this one. MJF and Adam Cole, they won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. The match wasn't really all that between Aussie Open, but MJF and Cole got the win, which was nuts because I said in my predictions there was no way they were going to do it, but they did. So obviously a cool moment for them there. But let's get to the main card, man. We kicked the show off with CM Punk and Samoa Joe for the Real World Championship, and I'm laughing because, and this is literally online for those who didn't hear about this, but apparently, this ain't even apparently, but CM Punk and Jack Perry got into it. They got into a little altercation backstage right as CM Punk was coming out, and reportedly CM Punk choked out Jack Perry's, and obviously, with all that happening, AEW officials send Jack Perry home, so he left the arena. And y'all, I'm not making none of this crap up. Like this is if you look this up online, trust me, all the big YouTubers are gonna be talking about it if they haven't already talked about it. So it's honestly laughable for me. I mean, it's funny, CM Punk, I mean Jack Perry. I mean, it's just funny. You know what I'm saying? It really is. I might make up my own video about it, but like I said, let's just get into this review. Like I said, Samoa Joe. Punk defeated Samoa Joe. Yeah, this was a good match. I thought both guys played their role nicely. And CM Punk honestly retained, and honestly, I thought that was the right call by having CM Punk go over, and retaining his Real World Championship. So, really nice opener for the crowd. Next, we had a six-man tag team match. Playa, Konosuke Tanetsu, and Bullet Club Gold taking on the Golden Elite. This was a fast-paced but really good six-man tag. There was a lot of sequences here and there, but KT rolled up Kenny, and I know the match hasn't been announced yet, but I do think Kenny and KT will face each other at All Out next week. So, yeah, obviously this was a way for them to get that momentum heading into that show and etc. But all around, I thought the match was really good. Next, we had FTR defeating the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles. This was a good match as well. I thought I did say in the predictions the Bucks were gonna win, but I guess Cash Wheeler he had that Glock to Tony and said, "You better make us go over." So FTR went over instead. But honestly, like I said, this was a really good match. FTR and the Young Bucks, it looked like they were gonna shake hands after the match, but they didn't. So obviously there's still friction, but FTR and the Young Bucks, despite that friction, you could tell they have good chemistry. This was a really good tag team match, and there's really nothing else to describe it. So next, you had the Stadium Stampede match, man. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, best friends. They defeated the Blackpool Combat Club. There was blood. There was tables. There was action. Like, there was so much hardcore stuff going on in this match that somewhere in heaven right now, Terry Funk just smiling ear to ear. But Eddie Kingston and them did get the win here. Yeah, this was, I thought Eddie and his group getting the win. I thought it was the right call, honestly. There was really nothing else to go about it. Obviously, Eddie still having that friction with John Moxley. It's good to see Santana and Ortiz back. Are they officially part of the BCC? Me personally, I don't know. I think they're just associates, really. But good to see them back as a team. But yeah, this was. I thought this was a good match. So, all right. So Saraya, Jesus Christ, Saraya, Sheeta, Storm, Britt Baker. This was the worst match of the night. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I did not care. I didn't care about this match at all, really, and this was the cool down period. This was the bathroom break. This is where you would go, you know, go maybe make yourself a snack or get yourself a drink or even pay some bills. But what really got me about this match, and I was saying like, there's no way they're gonna have Saraya win, like, oh, but then they had her came out with the Queen music, and then her family was out there, and then I was like, oh no, don't tell me Saraya's gonna win, and then she won the match. Saraya is the new AEW Women's World Champion, which means, why would you have Sheeta be champion for Hikaru Shida was champion for a good 2 weeks, and then she loses to Saraya. Like, and people want to say, oh, but kid, Saraya, we never thought she would come back to the wrestling ring. Her family was there. It was in her hometown. It was a big moment. Man, I don't care. Like, it's good. Hey, it's good she was able to come back to wrestling and all that, but like, that doesn't mean she should have won this match. I'm pretty sure the social outcasts, though, hopefully this means they're over. Saraya and Tony Storm went at it in this match. Ruby came down, then she walked out. So I guess I hope that means it's over, because God, good Lord, man, that group was horrendous. But there was another woman in the crowd. She didn't compete, but she was in the crowd, and it was Mercedes Moné. And I pray to God, if this is setting up Mercedes Moné coming in and beating Saraya for the title, please do it, because I don't want to see Saraya don't need to be champion, man. But still, that doesn't change the way, like, that still doesn't change the fact that Sheeta was champion for 2 weeks. If you were gonna have Saraya win, and I'm sure this has been booked for a while, they were gonna have Saraya win. Just have Tony Storm walk in as champion. That's all they should have just done. Don't put the title on Sheeta. Have her hold the belt for 2 weeks. This is Sheeta's first title victory since she was last champion, since the pandemic, and her reign lasted for 2 weeks. But honestly, man, Mercedes Moné, if she doesn't come in and save this division, or if Jamie Hayter doesn't come back, dark days, dark days, dark days indeed. All right, Darby Allin and Sting took on Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage in a coffin match. This was, I thought this match was pretty solid. Honestly, I think Darby getting Sting, rightfully so. It's Sting, it's Darby Allin. But this match had some interesting spots. Darby, that coffin drop on the coffin, I was like, good Lord. But yeah, also this has Darby getting momentum heading into All Out next week. Will Ospreay took on Chris Jericho. This was, a lot of people are saying, this was one of the best matches of the night. This matchup, I thought it was good, despite, a lot of people not really being excited for this match. They worked with what they worked with. Will Ospreay getting the win, I think, was the right call, honestly. Jericho did not have to win this match, and this is, once again, huge for Will Ospreay getting a win over Chris Jericho, especially on his home turf. All right, House of Black took on Billy Gunn and the Acclaim. This was a no-holds-barred match for the trios titles, and honestly, I thought this match was solid for the most part, but it was a nice, cool moment. Obviously, the House of Black with their entrance, but I thought it was a nice moment having Billy Gunn and the Acclaim win in front of all those people. And the crowd, there was a lot of people in that crowd, man. You can't deny that, but nice moment for Billy Gunn and the Acclaim to win the trios title, so really cool moment there. And of course, the main event, as you see in the picture here, MJF and Adam Cole. This was good, man. And the ending was, man, that ending was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. That ending was pretty crazy, and I am intrigued even more beyond that. But I'm intrigued to see where we go from here now. But overall, like I said, this was a really, really, really good show for the most part. So there's really nothing more I could say. But let me know in the comment section, how do you guys felt about AEW All In? What was your favorite match of the night? How do you guys feel about, the winners and the losers? And I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.